Hey everybody, this is Sully with 5 freaking onion rings, and I got a question the other day about the difference between the Diatone GTR 349 HD Mark II and the Eachine Diatone that has the TBS Unify and the Runcam Micro Swift. So I thought I would put a back-to-back-to-back video. I had a couple of good days of sunlight, and I finally got to fly, even though it was 115 to 125 degrees and 9,000% humidity. Not the best time, let's just say, weather-wise. But I got a chance to put both of those in, and I got to fly back to back to back to back. I was alternating quads, seeing which one I liked better. Because someone said, which one do I like better, and which one do I recommend more? And I have to say, these are actually two totally different quads. And first off, this is the HD version, obviously, which is flipping back and forth between my um, DVR and the HD footage. And I have to say, this quad, 1408 motors, a ton of power. It's on GemFan 3052s, and the quad just flies phenomenally well. It's amazing. I mean, these things are smooth. They run those Mamba 1408 4100 kV motors, 4000 kV motors, sorry, and it's just great. So not really it's not really a comparison of which one flies better or which one's easier or which one I would recommend. It's more of their two different tools. So looking at this one, Diatone did a great job with that calyx to minimize any jello, which I don't think I saw at all, especially close to the tree there, but I didn't see any jello in it. The video feed is what I would complain about on the HD version. And that TX200 is serviceable. It's not great, but it's serviceable. And it's got lines and it's got things. There is actually a capacitor on the flight controller, so they're trying their best to take care of it, and it's not bad. It is better than a lot of other quads I've flown, so I can't say anything horrible about it. But the Cadix camera is, I thought it was good. I thought it was not great, but good. Like, you can fly with it. It's just that there's not as much contrast, and some of these are things you could probably edit or change in settings, but I haven't found the good setting for my FPV feed that I like. But I will say it's perfectly serviceable, and you can actually fly it as 16.9 instead of 4.3 if you want. There's a setting that will do that, so that it will actually letterbox if your goggles are 4.3, and that will allow you to see exactly what you are recording in HD. Now I'm going to flip over. Actually, I'll show you that letterboxing's coming up right here. So here we are with the letterboxing. So I have 3-4 goggles, and it actually letterboxes so I can see everything. That 71C means I left the quad plugged in too long while idle, and the CPU overheated. So whatever you do, don't leave your quad plugged in too long unless on a 100-degree day in the South Carolina. It sucks. Don't do that. But now, why I am so down on the Cadix FPV feed is because of this. And this is obviously the Eachine with that Micro Swift 2 and the TBS Unify. These are both flying the same channel. They're both flying the same power, 25 milliwatts. And the differences couldn't be any more stark. Yeah. So whenever someone said, hey, which one do you like to fly? And which one do you recommend for beginner or for someone who's just getting in the hobby? I have to say, without a doubt, the 349 ER version with Diatone and TBS and Runcam and Eachine all together, Eachine, Diatone, Runcam, TBS, they have made a phenomenal quad. And I have to give Diatone credit for making several quads that use that Mamba stack, the Mark II stack, and the 1408 motors, and that frame, which is gorgeous, by the way. And they just put them together with a few different components for different purposes. This one with the stretch sex frame flies amazingly well. I love it. I can't say anything negative about it. It has great characteristics. It's flippable, flyable, and just really, 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 really fun to fly. If I haven't said it yet, I love this quad. With the TBS Unify and the Micro Runcam, you can actually see where you're going. You can hit gaps, you can control everything, you can just fly. And honestly, I have a degree in music, and I have a $5,000 saxophone, and I've started out on a $300 Bundy too. And one of the things they tell you with instruments is that you don't want to focus on your instrument, you want to focus on your art. And I'm not saying FPV is an art, but this type of quad makes you forget about what you're playing, and it just lets you do what you want to do. And that's exactly what the Eachine Diatone TBS RunCam combination does. It allows you to fly, and it allows you to fly with no issues. Like, there is nothing in here that I feel bad about. It is just simple, easy, fast, efficient. You even get good flight times. You have tremendous amounts of power with those GemFan 3052s. It's fast as heck, and it just lets you think about what you want to do, and it lets you do it. And there aren't too many things I can say. There aren't too many quads I can say that just let you fly without thinking it. And if you look around for reviews on this quad, I think everyone who reviews, it feels about the same way. This thing is phenomenal. The only thing I don't like with the Eachine is that it doesn't have HD footage. But when I'm out flying, I don't care. This is just fun. It is so easy to fly. I can't stress that enough. I wish I could, but I can't. Yeah, 3 minutes, got some good battery there. Flipping back over to the HD version, I didn't really give this one too much of a chance other than just to complain about its FPV feed, which is honestly very, very workable. I did want to show that the Caddx, with a tiny bit of color correction, is phenomenal. Like, I didn't really give it credit until the second or third day I tried this thing, and I've flown these for 2 weeks now, and I put 10 bajillion packs on them anytime I get a chance to fly anymore. I love them that much. They're so good. But I felt like I didn't really give that much of a chance to the HD footage, and I gotta say, having HD is really, really, really nice. So I do like it. I can look when I'm about to plow into my tree, I see it in high definition glory, and I like that. And it's pretty cool. But it does color correct very well. Albert Kim has some great settings for the Caddx that work really well. I will definitely say, if you get it, you will want to flash the newer firmware on it to keep from getting some lines, and there was some just bugginess with the original firmware that came with. And if you ordered now, you probably would get the newer firmware, but if you don't, it's very easy to set up. You just download it and you put it on an SD card and plug the card in and turn the Caddx on and let it go. But that's my flight, and holy cow, I love these quads. I love them. Can't say enough about them. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, drop them down below, and we'll talk to you later.